also going to add 2 cups of all-purpose flour, and 1½ cups of granulated sugar. 1, 2, 3, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Plus 2½ teaspoons of cinnamon, we're going to whisk those together to get the mixture started. I want to try and get the ingredients pretty well interspersed, well integrated into, so that they'll all be mixed well before we add the liquids. Now we're going to put our 3 eggs. By the way, these are at room temperature. I've had them out for the last 3 or 4 hours. If you don't have room temperature eggs, put some warm water in a cup and set the eggs in them for 15 or 20 minutes, and that will serve the same purpose of getting them to room temperature. At least it'll make them a little warmer. Okay, Now, I'm one of those cooks who believes you should clean as you go. Some want to wait till the end, but I kind of think it's better if you kind of do it as you go, so you end up without such an enormous mess at the end. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my hand mixer out, because I'm going to need that for the next part of this. Now, I'm going to start by getting the eggs ready a little more, and then I'm going to add 2 sticks of butter. You could use olive oil, you could use canola oil, pretty much whatever kind of oil you want. You're using a cup of it. I like butter because I like the richness it adds, but there are certainly other kinds. Now, because I'm using butter that has salt in it, I am going to be real cautious about adding salt. If you use unsalted butter, it would make this easier, and a bigger bowl would be nice too. But that's how it is. I'm going to have to accept that bowl is too small and get another bowl. By the way, if you ever are cooking and you discover that your bowl's too small, you know what to do? Just dirty another bowl. It's easy to get started on something and not have the right size bowl. It's easy to make that mistake, so don't beat yourself up about it. Just get a bigger bowl and start working with it. Now, I'm going to add the pumpkin puree that I have made by roasting fresh pumpkin. Now, they asked for 15 ounces in this recipe. I feel pretty confident that if you went to the store and looked, you can buy a 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree, because that's kind of a standard size of such things. So if you don't want to go to the trouble of roasting your own pumpkin, you certainly don't need to. I do believe that it's worth the effort. If you're going to go to the trouble of doing all this, you might as well get the best out of it you can. And fresh pumpkin will increase the flavor dramatically of anything you cook with pumpkin. Not to say there's anything wrong with canned pumpkin. I'm sure it's okay. The next step will be to add the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. If you have a stand mixer, this would be easier. And you certainly can do this by hand, it just is a lot more work. I'm going to finish getting this out of here. I'm feeling we're going to need as much of this in the mixture as possible to make it as wet as it needs to be. Let's continue mixing. The objective here is to get everything moistened, mixed together, and not have any flour left unmixed, and to make sure it's evenly mixed throughout. The next step is to pour this into the pans. So I'm going to start with pan number 1. Pan number 2, which is a little bit bigger pan. See if I can't get these such that the loaves will both be done well. About evenly matched. Spread this out. And now we're going to stick them in the oven for about 45-55 minutes until we stick a knife or a toothpick into the center, it comes out clean. Okay, it's been about 50 minutes. It says between 45 and 55, so let's take a look. It looks good. The edges are starting to brown. Yep. Coming out clean, so that one I think is ready. Let's try the other one. Let's see how it's doing. Yep, that one's done too. Okay, so the next step is to let them cool, and at that point we will put them on a cooling rack and getting them ready to taste. Okay, let's see how this works. Not bad at all. Be particularly careful when you're dealing with hot pans. You'll get burned. Glass pans are particularly bad because they can leave long-term scars that are hard to deal with. So be especially careful with glass pans. So there we go. 2 loaves of pumpkin bread. They're very much like banana bread, except obviously they taste more like pumpkin than banana. But they make a great dessert or breakfast bread. Slice it, toast it, add a little butter. Let's cut into this pumpkin bread and see what we got. It's a nice, smells great, very tender cut. Cuts perfectly smooth. So pumpkin bread made from freshly roasted pumpkins turned into pumpkin puree rather than using canned pumpkin is an outstanding use of fresh pumpkin, and pumpkins are available right now. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you make them. I hope you enjoy it. If you like this video, please subscribe, and if you wouldn't mind, like the video. Thank you.